You've seen it in the news. U.S. Embassy staff in Cuba report being continuously assaulted by what the State Department is calling a sonic weapon. This painfully annoying sound is going to be dropped into Omnisphere 2 and turned into something musical. Yes, let's make love, not war. Hello there, cadets. Let's open up Omnisphere 2 to start. Click on Layer A, then we're going to go to the Sample Oscillator, click on the folder, click on User Audio. Now let's go to our Cuba sound weapon. Going to double-click it and wait for it to load. That's horrifying. I've got headphones on. I wasn't expecting that. We're going to close out. Now, let's listen to it. Yeah, I know, right? Prepare yourself. We're going to pitch it down 2 octaves first, so it's not so bad. Okay, so every sound you bring into Omnisphere 2 is going to have its own pitch. So we want to play nice with other instruments in our music, right? So let's add a synth layer to layer B. Well, that's interesting. It actually plays pretty close to a chord. Well, let's go to layer A right now and match it up with what we've got on layer B by using the coarse tuning. And that's about as close as we're going to get, so let's go ahead and stick with that, turn layer B off, and let's isolate layer A and start doing some tweaking. And the first place we're going to venture into is the wave shaper. Let's turn that on and set the audio path to oscillator. And finally, let's set the depth of our wave shaper to about 400 should do. Now let us leave the wave shaper and go to our amp envelope. And let's pull the sustain envelope all the way down because we don't want to hear the whole sound ring out, do we? No, we don't. Now what we're going for here is a pluckier sound. So let's adjust the decay a little bit here so we get, yeah, like that. Now let's bring up the release envelope just a tad so that it rings out a little. Yeah, that's about right. Now let's move up to the filter section. We're going to turn that on and select our filter. We're going to do a low pass. Let's do a juicy 12 dB. Now let's bring the filter cutoff all the way up and give it a touch of resonance. Once that's set, drop down to the filter tab and let's adjust the filter envelope now. Again, we're going to make some similar adjustments here. Get the decay just right, the sustain just right, and the release just right. Let's adjust the velocity level so it's not so heavy. Now let's add some effects. Click on the effects button. We're going to start with layer A and add an EQ. This is going to be the vintage 2-band EQ. Let's set it to 50 Hertz and roll that sucker off all the way. Next in the lineup is the Studio EQ. We're going to set the mode to peaking, which will allow us to carve out that specific frequency range, which was causing so much aggravation. It's around 700 Hertz. Let's dial that in, tame that a little bit so that you don't die. All right, let's jump over to the Auxiliary Effects tab and instantiate the Proverb. Let's adjust the mix to about 30%, and then go up to the time dial and adjust that to about 2500 milliseconds-ish. We'll add one more effect to this chain. Let's give it a delay, a chorus echo, set the mix at 50%, and then jump back to layer A and adjust the auxiliary send so we can get a signal through our reverb and our chorus delay. Now we're in the final stretch of this. Let's click on the Common tab, and we're going to add a few more things. Let's start with a tape slammer, dial up some saturation, take the age down so it's not so dark. Let's set the threshold a little lower, and then we're going to raise the gain just a hair. And last but not least, let's go ahead and add the precision compressor. We're going to turn the ratio down 3:1, turn the sustain up 12 dB. And that's it for the effects for now. Let's click on the main screen, change the gain to 0 dB for optimum volume, and then we're going to add some glide. Click that L button, and it'll put it in legato mode so the notes only glide when they're connected. Now let's drop the octave one more down because it's still too high. And it wouldn't be one of my patches if I didn't add something to the modulation wheel. So let's learn the filter cutoff, and let's invert it. And now we're going to play a sequence that we created with the sound that was originally intended to do harm turned into a sound now intended to do groove. All of that from this one incredibly annoying sound. Spectrasonics Omnisphere 2, available at ILIO.com/Omnisphere and your favorite music retailer. Don't forget to check out the ILIO patch collections for Omnisphere 2 at ILIO.com/patches.